Alors, je regarde si je suis bien en live. C'est bon, nickel. On va mettre ça en place directement. Hop. Alors, il y a une musique assez énervante dans ce stream, donc j'ai coupé pour l'instant. Le temps que tout ça se mette en place. Du côté de chez Red Bull. Salut, Mr. Bad Boy 55. Salut, Najalina. Donc ça commence bientôt. Incroyable. Première présentation en direct hein, de la saison. Il y a eu As, mais bon, c'était pas en direct du coup. C'était juste des vulgaires photos. Je vais mettre juste le lien vite fait. Je coupe juste l'écran 2 petites secondes. Je reviens vers vous après. Histoire de faire ça comme ça. Tac. Matt le fou, salut à toi. Eh ben regardez, incroyable, on arrive au bon moment. On va mettre le son du coup. Hop. Tac tac tac. Ouais, je vais mettre les images. Matt le fou. Et même le son, incroyable. Petite intro. Alors j'espère qu'ils vont pas me striker, Red Bull. Hein. Ah, le ministre de la Défense est là. Oh, la mise en scène, Max qui arrive évidemment. Incroyable. C'est bon, tu peux passer. Avec sa vieille Red Bull des années 2010 là.
So is it true that you're the Mexican Minister of Defense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they say, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
C'est ce qui se dit, apparemment. Je suis ministre de la Défense. Effectivement. Dit Pérez. Salut Hôtel. Oui, il a une Red Bull de fonction, hein, Verstappen évidemment. Avec ses pneus pluie. C'était fun, ouais, d'accord. Voilà, après cette petite intro, on va pouvoir enfin passer au reveal. Ils vont blablater, je pense, avant.
Give him the opportunity and he's going to be in that car. But rest assured, he's in the building now so we can get on with the show, right, Gendel?
And what a show we have in store, Tim. We are honoured to welcome you to Red Bull Racing HQ to launch the new RB18 car for the 2022 Formula One season. It is a car launch with a difference.
Yeah, that is right. We're going to be streaming to over 5,000 fan channels around the globe in multiple languages. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to be welcoming in Christian Horner, Checo Perez, and of course, the reigning F1 World Champion Max Verstappen to look ahead to the next year.
Oh, fan de Lewis.
Now, 2021 was an incredible. The final race had everything. And after a nail-biting 58 laps, we saw Max bring home the driver's trophy. Now, it's time to do it again as we step into a new era of F1, our 18th season on the grid.
Yeah, last season Red Bull Racing pulled out all the stock.
Oh, ça blablate tellement.
We couldn't have done
Vous
it.
pouvez poster dans le chat en attendant, de toute façon, le temps qu'ils nous présentent leur voiture là. Ça va mettre au moins 10 minutes, un quart d'heure je pense. Ils vont accueillir Horner et tout le bordel quoi. Marco sûrement.
Which you can then use on the paddock, the free loyalty program you'll find online to unlock unique experiences and incredible rewards that will bring you closer to Red Bull.
Putain, le chat du live
If
Verstappen
you're
là.
for those, make
Je
sure
peux le mettre à côté,
to
tiens.
sign up to the
Est-ce qu'on
paddock
peut le mettre à
right now
côté?
at redbullracing.com/thepaddock.
Attendez, je vais
Get
faire
ahead
ça.
of the game with exclusive access to competitions and prizes.
Ça va ramer mon
We
ordi
also
par
have
contre là.
some massive news to share.
Alors à droite, c'est le
Big
chat
changes to the
du
car,
stream de
big
Verstappen,
announcement
de
about the
YouTube
future of the
Verstappen,
team.
en gros.
But don't just take our word for it. No, don't.
Go 44, Forza Ferrari. Fake champ. Putain. La violence. Attendez, parce que là, ça
Hi
rame.
everyone, welcome to our
J'essaie d'arranger
2022
ça.
season launch. We're really happy to have you
Voilà,
here
oui,
and excited for you to
99%,
see
mais
our
qu'est-ce qui se
new
passe?
RB18 car. We were blown away by your support throughout the 2021 season and felt your passion both in the grandstands and
Bon,
from your
normalement, ça
messages
devrait
on
être bon.
social media. Let's make 2022 another great year, and I can't wait to see you all at races around the world. Thank you for all your love and support. Hope you enjoy the show.
Il y a du 44 dans le chat du stream, hein, quand même. Hein. Team LH. Supermax.
The hybrid era of Formula One has been about Mercedes-Benz.
Comment ça défile
But
tellement
as
vite.
sure as you're winning in
Oh.
Formula One, there's a team that's hungry and motivated, structuring in a way to take that crown away from you.
It's been an incredible season for us.
There have been, I think, a lot of highlights. Winning in Monaco, the 2 home races at Austria.
It has been the most exciting year in my career, you know, being able to come to a race weekend knowing that if you do things right, you can end up winning.
Bon, là, il nous faut un petit récap de la saison 2021, évidemment.
Competitiveness is testimony to the hard work of everybody back on the campus in Milton Keynes, also our colleagues at Honda.
Mettez des pouces bleus, hein.
All of that we could have never dreamt of.
Il y a 69 000 viewers sur le stream de la chaîne de Verstappen. Waouh, c'est énorme. C'est gigantesque, quoi.
We're an attacking team. You know, we want to win. You can see that in Max. You can see that throughout the team in our pit stops and our.
Oh, les trolls géants dans le chat,
That's why we
putain.
go racing. That's our
No
DNA.
Mikey, no. Ah bah, vous réjouissez pas de ça, hein. Franchement, y a pas de quoi se réjouir, hein, les gars. Hein. Lamentable. Des images qu'on n'aime pas revoir, hein. Vraiment. Ouais, Matt, je pense que ça va être les mêmes couleurs, à peu de choses près. Peut-être un peu de violet comme la WRC, là, la Ford Puma, je crois. Il me semble. On verra ça.
Oh yes, and now we get to do it all again. New circuits, new regulations, and of course, a brand new car. I'm like a kid in a candy store. We cannot wait, can we?
I know, so exciting. But before we take a peek at the RB18, we wanted to get you, the fans, to have your say. Now, we've had thousands of messages of support for the upcoming season and thought, what better way to bring the car to life than through your
Rends la
words?
coupe, Max. Alors, ça commence maintenant la présentation, là? Oula, alors on voit pas les couleurs pour l'instant. Quel suspense. Mais on dirait qu'il n'y a pas de couleur en fait, c'est trop bizarre. Viva Mexico. Viva Checo Pérez. Ah ouais, non, c'est des incrustations, ok, d'accord. Imaginez, il y a ça sur les voitures, quoi. Ouais, je vais essayer de faire un live s'il y a un live, ouais. On va essayer de faire ça. Je vais faire pareil demain et vendredi du coup. C'est Aston et McLaren, je crois. Demain Aston et McLaren vendredi. Je sais plus les heures, faut que je regarde. Merci pour cette magnifique animation. Oracle et Red Bull Racing, d'accord. Ah ouais, c'est Oracle le sponsor titre, ok.
You big tease. I don't quite know what I saw
Très bien.
there, but it looked very cool. One thing I definitely couldn't miss was that new logo on the side
C'est-à-dire
of the
qu'à une
car.
époque c'était
Joining us
Aston
to
Martin
find
Red
out
Bull
more about
Racing,
this
quoi.
partnership, we welcome team
Ouais,
principal
alors
and
Aston Martin
CEO
demain c'est à
Christian
15h
Horner and Oracle's
et
chief
McLaren
marketing
vendredi à
officer,
20h.
Ariel Kalman. This
Oh,
is
Horner.
a very exciting collaboration, guys. Christian, first of all, do you want to explain to the fans what this means for them?
Well, this is Oracle stepping up to become title partner, so it'll become Oracle Red Bull Racing.
which is tremendously exciting because we get to utilize the suite of tools and specialist services.
Voilà, il va expliquer pourquoi il a...
help us track side. It's going to help us, with our fan engagement program. It's going to help us.
Pourquoi ils ont pris Oracle, du
what
coup.
we do, and of course the new powertrains, business as well. So we're delighted with this partnership and really excited for what it brings, particularly for the fans and the experience we'll be able to offer.
Exactly. Ariel, so thanks for joining us, first of all.
Absolutely.
You were a partner last year in 2021. This year, you're a title sponsor. How is that going to change things this year?
Yeah. Well, we've had a tremendous experience with the team over the past year, and what we were really
Alors,
focused on
d'ailleurs,
was
c'est marrant
learning,
parce que je pensais que ce serait
and trying
Poker
to
Stars,
understand all the
le
ways
sponsor
that
titre,
a
mais non, même
Formula
pas.
One team needs the best technology
On n'a
to
pas vu
win
les
on the
couleurs, non,
track
effectivement.
and to win in their business, and so they can be efficient and effective.
And how on the track, especially, how is that going to help things with the team?
Yeah, there's been a number of areas that we've explored. One of the more interesting ones for the past year is around race strategy simulations. So using our cloud infrastructure platform, the team has been able to run literally billions of simulations for every race weekend to explore the optimal strategy based on what's unique about that race. So it's been great, and we're looking to enhance that even more going forward by adding a number of really interesting machine learning and AI projects to try and automate things that previously were pretty
Ils vont lui montrer les couleurs, je pense,
So,
après
Christian, from your
tout ce
side of
blabla,
things,
hein.
going back to the
Inutile.
data, how is it going to help the team leveraging all that data for you?
Well, data is our lifeblood. So, technically being able to tap into all the tools that Ariel's just mentioned, is of tremendous value for us as we're a data-hungry, business, but also for our fans to be able to provide, a better platform, a better experience. It's going to be, fantastic for us and something we're really looking forward to.
Wonderful. And Ariel, so how is this going to affect the fans in the paddock with the Red Bull digital loyalty program? How is it going to enhance their experience this season?
Yeah, this paddock experience is great, and I highly encourage those of you who haven't signed up already to go check it out because it's a great place to be able to get really unique content, gear, and experiences. And we're going to be adding more and more personalization and some special things that you're just going to have to check out to see.
Ariel, thank you for joining us in the unveiling of the Oracle title partnership with Red Bull Racing for 2022. It's great to see us enhance that partnership. Let's hope it continues to bring you plenty of success in the upcoming season. Cheers, guys.
Red Bull noir, c'est étonnant.
Christian, the team had an unbelievably intense, full-on season in 2021. First of all, have you recovered?
Just about. I mean, it was a hell of a season and, so intense from the first race all the way through to that final in Abu Dhabi. In many ways, it seems like only yesterday, but in others, it already seems a long time ago.
Yeah, it's come around fast. How are you going to top that in 2022?
Well, I think 2021 will go down in history of one of the all-time great years. I mean, I can't remember a year like that in Formula One where it was so close between the two drivers from the very first race to the very last. The challenge is now to build on that. Now we have that number one on the car, is to keep it on the car and defend that title, with Max, which with a brand new set of regulations is going to be, incredibly difficult. We've got massive, competition.
Horner, toujours du blabla, hein. C'est incroyable.
Motivation is sky high,
Ça change
and
pas,
we're
ça,
riding
hein.
on the crest of a wave from last year.
Yeah, so what can you
En plus, elles sont déjà sorties, les photos de la Red Bull, j'y
one or
crois pas,
two
quoi.
things that you can pinpoint
Pourquoi on regarde ça, en
that you're
fait?
gonna take into 2022?
Ah là là,
You
incroyable.
always learn, you're always improving, you can always learn from previous experience. But of course, with a complete new set of regulations, it's going to be all about the development, how quickly, the teams get on top of this set of new regulations. The biggest regulation change.
Mais comment ça se fait, c'est pas vraiment direct, en fait? Il y a un décalage de plusieurs minutes, je pense.
Development's going to be thick and fast, and of course, with the cost cap, it's got to be efficient.
So you've kind
C'est
of
étonnant,
like
ça.
taken the destiny in your own hands in HQ. What are your expectations, or what are you aiming to achieve this year with the team?
Well, we're aiming very much to build on what we achieved last year. So the target is to try and, obviously retain the title. And the big unknown is, have we missed something?
Alors oui, il semblerait que la Mercedes redevienne grise, hein, selon ce qu'ils ont dit, donc on verra bien, mais a priori c'est ce qu'ils ont dit.
We've got a good car. RB18 is, coming to life. And
Bah,
seeing
t'en sais rien, Zozo, si
it,
elle est grise ou
today
pas.
is fantastic.
Mais normalement, elle va
So
l'être.
it's a culmination of a huge effort from the team, and looking forward to seeing it out on
Putain,
the
le
track.
chat du stream, ça défile, hein, oh là là.
But what are the main changes
Lewis was
that
Robed.
fans out there should look for?
basically everything.
Craig Milton.
Because with the new regulation change, the whole philosophy of the regulations has altered from last year. So that means that every single component is brand new this year. And you know, with it being a ground effect car, with it being designed to make overtaking hopefully easier, the cars easier to follow each other. That's
Peut-être qu'il
changed
bluffe.
the whole
Peut-être qu'elle va être
philosophy, you
verte.
know, of how we design these cars.
Rose.
So it's a steep learning curve. It's steep for everyone, and it's a race.
Bon, si à 17h30 il a pas fini de parler, lui, je me casse, hein, les gars. Hein. Au bout d'un moment, on va pas faire chier hein, non plus. Hein. On a autre chose à faire que d'entendre Monsieur Horner blablater de la merde là. C'est incroyable ça quand même. Hein.
Well, they grew throughout last year, and you saw the culmination of that in the teamwork in the latter. You know, Checo in his first year, winning that race in Azerbaijan. You know, other podiums. He's going to be, you know, stronger and taking a step up, I'm sure, in 2022. And for Max, I mean, he was just phenomenal last year, and an outstanding season for him. You know, he dominated the amount of laps led, you know, at 10 Grand Prix victories, and of course the World Championship. So his
Ouais, il
confidence
faut vraiment la
is
faire
really
rire
high
ordinaire.
and
Ouais.
looking to build on
Vu
those
les combis et
performances
les
in
vêtements des
2022.
pilotes.
He must have been massively proud of them last year. You can kind of feel that sometimes.
Ça devrait
when you
être
two
ça.
together, you can see how proud you are watching on.
Well, I think the most important thing was we really worked strongly as a team, and to see the two drivers working and supporting each other, to see the strength and depth that we have in the team, the way that they coped, you know, through the pandemic, to continue to develop, you know, the car the way that we did, and to deal with the challenges that we faced last year has really galvanized the team. And I think that we go into 2022 in great shape and are looking forward to, you know, the season ahead.
Oh putain, ils sont sérieux quoi.
Oh, it's really starting to take shape.
Ils sont infernaux, même dans les présentations de voitures, ils sont... C'est les pires, hein, vraiment, Red Bull. Hein. Incroyable quoi.
Please welcome to the stage. It's only Checo Perez and reigning world champion Max Verstappen.
Ah bah les voilà, les deux là.
Hello, hello.
Bon bah ça va pas tarder, hein, je pense.
How does it feel to be starting this season as the reigning champion? Feel any different?
Not really.
Nah.
No, I'm just looking forward to get back in the car and
Max.
start driving it. You know, to see how everything is handling. Yeah, I had a good bit of time off and yeah, recharge to go driving again.
Very nice, very nice. Checo, you had a brilliant debut year. Of course, Azerbaijan, huge highlight for you. How would you sum up your first year with the team?
Yeah, it was an intense season, you know, getting up to speed
non,
with
c'était pas
the
une
new
blague.
team, especially the team that was fighting for the championship since race one, so there really no time for any adaptation. It was straight into it. It was really challenging, but very enjoyable. You know, we gave it all until the very last lap of the season.
Yeah, amazing. You said you've had a bit of time. It has been quite a short amount of time to recharge the batteries for both of you. How are you feeling then going into 2022?
Well, you know, a lot is unknown about the car. So personally, I feel good. I mean, what is important is that you prepare yourself in the best way possible physically. But yeah, in terms of the car, you don't know. So that's why I think I'm also very curious to see how the car is behaving on track.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, we'll get to that in a second. Checo, how about you?
Feels like we were in Abu Dhabi yesterday, but in the other hand, I'm so excited to start a new season. You know, we're already working a lot with the engineers, and we just cannot wait to be on track. You know, with these new cars, and yeah, we're starting from zero, all of us.
Yeah. How are you approaching this season, then, Max? Are you doing anything different? Do you feel a bit more pressure or anything like that?
No, I mean, I just do what I do all the time. I think there is no reason to suddenly be different. Of course, as a driver now with the new regulations, you have to, you know, get used to the car. It's not like you just jump in and it's just an upgrade from last year. So that is going to be the biggest adaptation. But the rest, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. COVID's been a bit rubbish, hasn't it, over the last couple of years?
Si la voiture est moins rapide qu'une ES,
Looking
c'est
forward,
marrant.
new races. What race are you most looking forward to then, Checo, next season?
Yeah, well, most
Ça
of
serait
them, you know, I
rigolo.
think
Au moins ils sont
we
bien
used to
coiffés,
be
c'est vrai.
back to normal,
Max va rouler avec ta Red Bull des années
things,
2010.
you know,
Ouais, c'est
to
ça.
have more interaction with the fans,
Bonne idée ça.
be able to, yeah,
Très
feel the
très très
support
bonne
and-
idée ça.
and,
Merde.
That's something I'm definitely looking forward to. You know, with Formula One, we've been
Je coupe juste 2 petites secondes de l'image. De toute façon, on voit rien de spécial. Hein.
Looking forward to that, and
On voit juste l'interview pour l'instant. Voilà, je remets.
Formula One is growing so much around the world that I'm looking forward to all of them, really.
Yeah, and special mention to your fan. I mean, what a race that was. The fans there in Holland. You must be looking forward to getting back racing in front of the fans as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely one of the highlights for me in the season. Yeah, looking forward to see what we can do there again. Hopefully they will be just as crazy.
Bon, moi je vais mettre la news sur TibF1. Hein. Je l'ai faite pendant 1 minute là. De toute façon, j'ai été révélé la voiture, donc voilà. Pendant qu'il blablate, je sais pas, il doit y avoir une demi-heure de retard à peu près sur le live. Hein. Ils mettent ça en décalé visiblement. Étonnant comme méthode. Putain, il spam à droite là. Sur le chat, ils auraient pu mettre en mode ralenti quand même la chaîne YouTube de Verstappen. Salut Sir Lewis Hamilton. C'est le vrai. La voiture, alors sur le stream on l'a pas vu, mais en vrai on l'a vu, parce qu'elle est sur Twitter et tout, sur les sites des news, donc je viens de mettre la vidéo sur TibF1. Sinon bah on va la voir dans quelques minutes là, je pense, ça va pas tarder. J'ai hâte de voir Russell sur la Mercedes pour bien gêner la... Ah moi aussi, hein. J'ai hâte de voir ce qu'il va faire. Clairement.
Fast corners.
Yeah. Is there nothing like it?
That's where an F1 car comes to life.
Et vous êtes 10.
Any car can do that quite well, but
the fast corners,
that's really where the high downforce cars stand out, and that's the most enjoyable.
Ah bah Perez, ouais, lui, il risque de bien gêner Hamilton encore. Mise de la défense.
To good racing, these new regulations are set to improve the racing, and I really hope that for us as the drivers, we are able to compete more during the race, to be able to follow each other a lot closely, and for the fans, that we can give them great entertainment, great racing, and that will be really nice.
Brilliant. Max?
Yeah, just getting to know the car, to be honest, because I really don't know how it's going to feel like. So I'm really looking forward to that first moment when you drive out of the pit lane and you do your first few laps.
Thank you, guys. Best of luck. Thank you very much. Now, I know you at home are no doubt desperate to have a look at the new RB18. You've been following the countdown to launch, which Tag Heuer kicked off last week with the reveal of the stunning new Tag Heuer Red Bull.
Oh, il y a le décompte en bas à droite, attention. Hein. Ouais, c'est ça, il y a 25 minutes de retard avec ce qu'ils ont... C'est bizarre qu'il y ait un delta pareil.
Strap yourselves in. Here we go.
Ouais, t'es fan de Russell toi Abdel? Moi j'aime bien sans plus quoi. C'est pas le pilote que je supporterais quand elle après Hamilton. Voilà, ils en font tout un cinéma, sérieux. 33, bah non, hein. C'est plus 33, ils vont mettre le 1. Oh là là, ils vont mettre le 1, incroyable. Quel enfer. Oui, 11, oui. Et 1, oui, du coup, ouais, voilà. Bravo. Oh là là, quelle transition. Incroyable. Norris. Zozo. Plutôt Norris. Et Gasly aussi, du coup, je supporte toujours Gasly, vu qu'il est français en plus. Ça tombe bien. La voici, cette Red Bull RB18 non définitive, hein. Vous aurez compris que c'est un peu une maquette géante, quoi. Mais au moins, on a la livrée, c'est déjà ça. C'est ça, Philippe, exactement.
It looks better than 33.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I like it. Simple and to the point.
It's certainly a different beast, isn't it? It's, this This year, the cars for 22, they're going through some of the biggest changes in recent years. So much different.
Il n'y a plus le logo Honda, hein, évidemment.
Soapbox cars that we normally commentate on, but
A little
the
bit,
other
yeah.
cars, the other classics behind us. Can we take a closer look?
Le gros oracle. Là.
Come on, let's get down there. It won't bite, will it?
Right then, Christian.
Poker Stars n'apparaît pas du coup. Bon, alors peut-être qu'il apparaîtra plus tard, mais il n'apparaît pas. Je pensais qu'il apparaîtrait, c'est étonnant.
There's not all the added bits that were on last year's car. The whole concept of this car is to try and promote overtaking and close racing. So it's a new concept, it's a new philosophy, and it's a clean sheet of paper for every single team.
Checo, over to you. How long does it take to get used to a new car? Is it easy to kind of transfer your skills, or does it take a while?
No, I think it takes a bit of a while until you're
Très
100%
classique.
with
Ouais,
it.
un peu
The
trop
thing
même,
is
c'est pas
we
normal.
have a massive change
Elle sera
of
pas comme ça la voiture.
regulations with the tires as well.
Mais je pense que la plupart des top teams, entre guillemets, ils vont faire ça. Hein. Un truc classique, sans aucune vraiment nouveauté entière, puisque ils sont pas bêtes. Hein. Les autres, ils auraient le temps de copier sinon, donc forcément, ils vont pas révéler les détails maintenant, quoi. Leurs idées, ils vont pas les révéler maintenant. Ils les révéleront à Bahreïn, quoi. Même pas pour... Si, peut-être pour les essais privés de Bahreïn, quand même. Faut bien tester les nouveautés, quoi. Je sais même pas s'ils vont les révéler à Barcelone, leurs idées. Je sais pas, on verra.
Max, how have you been finding this car, or the new car in the simulator? Has it been a lot of difference from last year?
I haven't really driven it too much.
Salut
but,
Lionel, ouais, un peu ça, ouais.
For
Ça
me,
ressemble un
actually,
peu.
the biggest thing is just the view in the cockpit with these big tires. Like, to hit an apex in some tight corners is a bit more difficult. The driving, I mean, it just feels like the car has a bit less grip, but you will get used to that.
Il y a beaucoup de fans d'Hamilton hein, dans le chat sur la chaîne de Max.
You can get used to the sliding and locking and stuff like that, but I think, you know, it should be fine. It's just getting
Ils viennent
a
le
bit
troller.
more used to the view in the cockpit.
So it literally affects your view
Yeah,
with the higher
the
tires.
tires are bigger, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, we're running bigger wheels, but also the tires increase, so that will make it a little bit more tricky.
You've not had a great deal of time, have you, since Abu Dhabi to kind of turn around and get practicing? How expectant, like how excited are you going in to this new season?
Well, look, it's always exciting to go racing again. I mean, 2021 was such a massive year for us, but it's been flat out ever since, you know, with this new car. You know, and it's always exciting the start of a new season to see, you know, where do we fare compared to our, you know,
Bah, je sais pas.
competitors.
Have you missed these guys?
Là, il y a 70 000 personnes hein, sur le stream de Max. Bon, sur le mien, il y en a 10, quoi, mais... Dommage. Ça va et toi? Et oui, c'est le premier live que je fais sur cette chaîne depuis la fameuse course d'Abu Dhabi où je m'étais énervé comme un fou. Elle est d'ailleurs dispo encore en replay hein, si vous voulez aller voir. C'était ouais, dur hein, cette course, hein, putain. C'était hard. Hein. Voilà, c'est la pire course que j'ai jamais vécue en fait, tout simplement. Même pire que 2007. Pire que 2007.
Good luck, boys.
Thank you.
Pire que Brésil 2007. Ouais. On voit bien les sponsors, hein. Ça y a pas de souci par contre. Hein. Bon, c'est fini du coup là, non? Ah, non, c'est pas encore fini. Le combat de la liberté, oh, oui, bah écoute. Je vais pas participer, mais je les soutiens en tout cas.
What significant rule changes have come in that will affect the car and the performance of the car?
Très bonne
Well, it's
initiative.
the biggest rule change that we've seen in the last 30 years. So everything about the chassis has changed for this year. So the purpose of the change in the design is to allow.
Allez, on repart sur un petit horner.
More closely.
Très très bavard, hein,
To
Christian,
create
comme
better
d'habitude.
overtaking opportunities to create closer wheel-to-wheel racing. Now we saw plenty of that last year. So if we get that even closer through these regulations this year, it's going to be an epic season.
It's going to be exciting, isn't it? So the FIA, they decide the changes,
Yeah.
and then every team has the same template to start, and then you can kind of work your magic through the season. How do you do that and still stay within the regulations?
Well, the FIA is the regulator. They come up with a massive rule book. They consult the teams whilst creating that rule book. You've got technical regulations, you've got sporting regulations, and now we've got financial
Ah ouais, d'accord, tu t'es abonné.
And of course, once you've got those technical regulations,
Donc fan de Ferrari,
it
évidemment.
gives you a bunch of parameters you can work within. And the creative guys, the design team then look about, okay, how can we optimize the shape and the performance of this car within those rules to come up with you know, the fastest car that we can possibly produce.
Where do you start? Is it the graphics guys go first? Does everybody get super excited on what needs to be?
On m'endort,
The graphics guys see it last. So the
On va
guys
faire
that
une
are
sieste avec Christian
very
Horner
early on
au
is a
coin du feu.
concept team, and so aerodynamics is everything in Formula One. The shape and the way that the air flows over these cars.
Super Mazepin,
is
ah là là,
crucial to their
incroyable.
performance. So you have an
Mazepin,
early team that starts to
meilleur
look at
pilote.
those regulations, and then as the year progresses, more and more of the core team, you know, move across onto the future car. And because it was such a big regulation change, that process had to happen a lot earlier last year.
You're allowed to kind of tinker all through the season, are you? At what point do you have to stop playing, or do you never stop?
Well, the car is a prototype, and basically at every race it's evolving. It'll probably never run in the same configuration twice, so it's just constantly evolving. Now, we have to do that within a framework of the financial regulations. So we've got to be really choosy on where are we going to spend our money to develop, you know, this car this year.
One of the big changes, it certainly jumps out at you, it's the bigger wheels. How do you see that affecting things, you know, speed, or certainly the pit stops maybe?
Yeah, it's definitely going to have an impact on the pit.
Ah bah Canal, hein, ils ont une force de frappe. Hein.
Heavier, they're more bulky.
Il y avait Julien Febro en même temps. Hein.
And so, you know,
Ah bah oui.
got the world record at 1.82.
J'aurais pu streamer leur live, mais bon, c'est le risque de se faire striker, quoi. J'ai pas pris le risque quand même, on sait jamais. Ils sont sur YouTube aussi, Canal. Ils sont pas que sur Twitch. Ah ouais, bah non, justement, alors, je me serais fait striker, c'est sûr.
Get him in there. Get him in there.
Christian, thanks. Best of luck for the season ahead, of course. It's going to be a very long 8 months of racing, and we
ouais, Canal Plus Sport en direct.
Celebrating with us again in November.
23 Grands Prix cette année, donc on va en profiter au maximum. Et Romain Grosjean qui viendra nous voir, bien sûr, sur les antennes de Canal régulièrement. Loïc,
ouais, je fais une...
YouTube channel to watch from the beginning, or if you missed the hidden code in the show, it's in the car reveal.
Good one. What? The key word was hidden.
Come on.
There. Speaking of which, for more Oracle Red Bull Racing content, you can head online to the paddock. That's where.
Et oui, évidemment, allez rejoindre le site Red Bull Racing, allez acheter leurs fringues, évidemment. Hein.
It's there you'll be able to watch race highlights, read driver interviews, and get up close and personal with
Bon,
behind the scenes.
ça se termine tout ça. Bon bah du coup demain, 15h Aston Martin en live aussi. On a hâte de voir ce que ça va donner. C'était MR22. Et vendredi, bah à 20h la McLaren, hein, tout simplement. Ce sera un peu plus tard McLaren pour le coup. Il y aura peut-être plus de monde. Il est bien gentil Horner, mais il dispose d'une soufflerie, contrairement aux écuries de fond de tableau. Ah bah oui, même Mercedes d'ailleurs. C'est sûr, même Ferrari et tout. Bon allez, sur ce j'arrête là moi. Vas-y Gate, putain là dans le chat ils sont excités hein. Dans le chat de Max. Allez, je vous laisse demain à 15h pour le live Aston Martin. Bonne soirée, ciao ciao.